labor. We're being admitted. She said I'm between 4 and 5 centimeters. I'm 90% effaced, and we're gonna get moved to the labor room, the delivery room. Oh my gosh, it's such a trip. I can't believe this is happening right now. Hey, Two Mom Crew. So I know it's been a while since you guys have seen us last, and I'm not even going to make excuses. I'm just gonna get right into this because I know that a lot of you guys have been waiting for Jasper's birth vlog and the birth story and how everything went down. So let's just jump right in. First things first, I wanna tell you guys that I am filming this video while Jasper is napping. So if I need to take any like breaks or step away or backdrop changes or the lighting changes or anything like that, that's why, because I'm gonna have to step away, nurse him, take care of him. He has a little bit of a cold right now, so I'm just hoping he'll stay asleep and rest while I do this. But if he doesn't, that's real life. And I've decided that that's how this vlog and birth story is going to be, is it's very much going to be real life and what's going on with us. So the first thing you guys need to know is that we were scheduled for an induction with Jasper, but he decided to come on his own terms, and everything happened very quickly. It started happening early in the morning, and as it progressed from start to finish, it was about 8 hours. Labor for me started around 5 a.m. and he was born by 1:17, I think was the time. Like, it was just very, very quick. So that being said, let's get into it. Also, my friend Taylor, who is an amazing editor and photographer, was supposed to be our videographer. She was supposed to be there to film everything, but like I said, because it happened so early in the morning and so quickly, there was no way for her to get from Hollywood, where she lived at the time, to Whittier. By the time she had woken up and we were at the hospital, I was already afraid that we were too far along, that she would have missed it anyway. So I didn't want to make her come out and do that. So this is the video footage that we have. And for all the things that we are missing, I will be filling in by telling you exactly what went down. So consider this a vlog slash story time video, I guess. Let's see what happened.
Guess where we're going. So around what, 2:30 in the morning.
Well, right now it is Saturday,
water gush.
February 9th. You can't even see it. It didn't gush per se, but Jameson came into our room. Here, you're gonna be driving, so I'm gonna switch it to the other side. Jameson got up and came into our room, I wanna say around 3.
It was earlier.
I don't know, I was really exhausted. So he came into our room, and he always comes to my side of the bed, which is the far side of the bed, I don't know why. And I turned over and I helped him up into the bed, and when I did that, I felt like some leakage. And I was like, well, that was weird. So after he got comfortable, I got up and I went to the bathroom, and it wasn't like my water breaking, I know that much, but it felt like maybe like a leak. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna lay here for a few minutes or a few hours or whatever. I'm just gonna see if it happens again. So I went back to bed, and I kept kind of feeling like it, but TMI, but I felt like this like wetness or discharge or whatever for the last like week or two, which is pretty normal. So I'm like, I'm not gonna overthink it, but if it keeps happening, then we'll call in the morning. But then this just felt like a very specific, like it came out at like when I moved a certain way. So I thought that was weird. That's what kind of alarmed me. So then around 5 a.m., either just before or just after, I don't really know, because I wasn't really tracking anything, I started to get these really painful cramps. And I wasn't tracking them until I realized that I couldn't fall back asleep because they just kept happening. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna start tracking them. So it's been almost 2 hours now, and they've been consecutively between like 2.5 to like 6 minutes apart, and they've been pretty intense. So we called the hospital because of the like leaking, and because they're pretty close together, they wanted us to come in. And I haven't had, like, there was a day where I had them for like an hour when it was kind of like this, but I don't think it was like this. Not one day where I made you come home from work, so this is a lot.
Well, the one day you made me come home from work is you felt like you needed to push, and you were having intense back pain, so we thought it was it. We thought, and I had an 1.5 to 2 hour drive, so I bailed out of work just to get home to her sleeping on the bed with Jameson, which is totally adorable and wonderful.
But anyway, it wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
This is different, and this feels a lot more like it. But I don't know. We are en route to the hospital. It is 6:40 a.m. and we'll see what happens. But I feel like I'm gonna have another contraction, so I'm gonna stop.
Okay, so we're here.
I feel like crying.
Why, baby?
I'm feeling like emotional.
It's okay. Got a lot of visits here.
I know.
Okay. It's okay. You're gonna do really good. Contractions are very hard right now, and they are about consistently 6 minutes apart. So we're gonna go check in right now to triage, and we will keep you updated. Say bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Just came in. We're definitely in labor. We're being admitted. She said I'm between 4 and 5 centimeters. I'm 90% effaced, and we're gonna get moved to the labor room, the delivery room. Oh my gosh, it's such a trip. I can't believe this is happening right now.
So this is the triage room, right? It's really, really small. And I was just telling my wife how messed it up it is that they have this as the motivation for women in labor.
But this wasn't on before.
They have an infomercial for weight loss.
All right, honey, I need you. I think I'm gonna have a contraction right now.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Don't.
It's coming on.
Real bad.
You need to do a deep breath. You know, I need you to thank you.
Who is calling?
It really doesn't matter. I need you to breathe through this contraction. Focus. Good. Deep. Nice and slow. Let it out. Slow. Good. Doing so well. You're doing so well.
Out of here for a second.
Hey, we're having a contraction right now. We're having a contraction right now. Are you done? Hold on.
It's coming down.
It's coming down right now. Alright, here it is.
Hello?
Mama Jane is coming.
I'm so sweaty. That was a big one.
Rest.
Okay, so they moved me from the triage room to the then delivery room. And at this time, they asked if I wanted my epidural because I was already over 5 centimeters. And Amy responded, no, we're okay. And honestly, at the time, I thought, okay, fine, we're okay. So they moved us to the delivery room. My mom got there, and then Amy decided to go to the car to get all of our bags. Now, during that time that she was gone, maybe 10-15 minutes, my contractions started to get very intense very quickly. So what you see next is Amy coming back from the car. She has the camera, she's filming, and my mom was standing with me and helping me through contractions in her place. That's where we pick back up.
So Dr. Bias, when she comes in, she's going to ask you lots of questions.
Okay.
And then she usually has you lying on your side like you are. So that
really?
shouldn't
Have to sit?
No, she usually likes your side, so shouldn't be a problem there. And then they'll only let one person be in here during the actual procedure.
Oh, okay. The epidural?
Yeah.
Oh, the epidural? Oh.
Yeah, during epidural.
But during the birth?
During the birth, you can have 5 people.
Okay.
Do we know how long till she's here?
I just spoke with her, so she's probably just looking at your history and everything, and then she should be
Okay,
fine.
thank you so much. Okay, so Amy came back. Things got extremely intense extremely quickly. The contractions felt like they were one on top of each other, and the pain was getting increasingly worse. I also started to feel pressure, a lot of pressure down there, and almost an urge to push. So I internally was freaking out, afraid that I wasn't going to get my epidural in time. Watching this back now, I feel like I look fairly calm and I look like I'm getting through it okay. But I just remember in my head, like, freaking out and honestly thinking that I was going to have Jasper without any meds. I was freaking out.
Thank you.
I was hoping to a baby on a couple.
So at this point, I was finding it extremely difficult to focus. My focal point wasn't holding my attention enough, so I actually ended up focusing on a crack in the floor, and that's what worked for me.
Yeah, I try not to put nurses in there because they don't usually like it.
Ow, ow, ow. I know. Good breath. Just focus on your breathing. Just focus. Where's Jamie's neck? I don't know. Can you see him? Can you see him? He's right there. Give me your hand. Okay. My hand's right here. My hand's right here. Good breath. Deep breath. You're not looking. You're looking at the floor. I need you to focus on one area. I don't want you to get yourself nauseous and dizzy. Just focus and breathe. There's so much pressure. I know. The pressure's there, and that's okay. Good breath. Stay with me on that, okay? You just stick with me on the breathing. Let me know when it lightens up, okay? You're doing so well, baby. You're doing so well. Okay, good. Can we do a nice deep breath? No? Any more? Just it's okay. It's good. I just need you to focus. Good breathing. That's it. Ready? Deep. His heartbeat's perfect. You're doing great. Just need you. There you go. Come right here. They're coming. It's happening so fast. I know. See, you've got the fluids you need. The anesthesiologist is going to come. Okay? There's so much pressure. I know there's a lot of pressure. I know. You're just scared. I know you are. But I need for you to save your strength during contraction, in between the contractions, so you're ready for the next one, okay?
You're doing a phenomenal job, both of you.
Just close your eyes and just rest. Do you want some water? I don't want you to move. Okay, I won't move. I know you're not used to it happening this fast because the first one was so different. But remember, you've been doing this, preparing for this for the past month. You've been having contractions. You've been dilated. It's just Jasper's ready to come out. I'm just afraid that I won't get the epidural, but you'll have it in time. You'll have it. You'll be okay.
As long as you have it for pushing, that's what matters.
Right? Yeah. Pushing will be great. Just feels like it's super close. Yeah. I know. Oh my goodness.
So this is Elizabeth.
Yes.
And her partner Amy.
Okay.
And mom.
Nice deep
So I have it bolus.
Good.
This is the second. This is her second bag.
So I said something about one side.
I always forget what side she is. You know what? She's kind of being on this side, so I got just.
So I'm only on this side right now.
Okay.
Because I know she doesn't sit right here.
Yeah. All right.
Remember, they're going to do the epidural during a contraction, so it's okay. So we'll get through this one, and then you'll have to get in position, okay, when she's
Doesn't need to be
ready.
over 28. Oh my God, it's indeed. Oh my gosh, I wasn't thinking. But she's bottle free. Okay. So is she okay to get maybe a bottle or? I was thinking. Let me try to go. Okay, I'll go. And then I'll take care of it. Is Dr. Weiss on
Just
the way?
focus on one thing you're looking at, okay?
All right, thank you, Donna.
I was on my sheet.
No, that's the way to waste.
Electrical cord.
All right,
Just don't look in multiple areas. There you go.
epidural was absolutely the most intense part of this entire laboring process. As I already mentioned, things got really intense really fast. I was afraid I wasn't going to get it in time. But they had to administer fluids for me to make sure that I was hydrated before they could actually give me the epidural. They put it in like the fastest speed, like pumped that stuff into me. And then finally the anesthesiologist came in and she rolled me over on my side. She was trying to place the needle, and she's like, it's very important that you do not move at this time, because if you move, the needle could slip and it could cause spinal fluid to leak, which leads to like migraines and dizziness and like some possible severe reactions. So as she says that, I'm like, I feel a contraction coming on. So the needle is in my back. She has not placed it yet. She hasn't put the catheter through, and she tells me I cannot move. And I have the most intense contraction that I have had this entire time. Okay? I am in the fetal position on my side. My face is like against, my chin is against my chest. My face is tucked in between my arms and my legs and my chest and everything. And I'm having this contraction and I can't move. And all I can think is if I move, like I could really trigger something. And I've had migraines through my whole pregnancy and it's been awful. So I really don't want to deal with that while I'm laboring. So I'm shaking. I'm literally like, I wish we could have filmed this. I'm shaking. I am sweating. Like droplets of sweat are coming. And I'm just thinking, don't move, Elizabeth. Don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. And finally the contraction passes. It felt like eternity, but it was probably like a minute long. And she's able to place it. And I kind of felt like an instant sense of relief, not from the epidural, but just because I could move. And I finally started to get comfortable. I was just before 10 a.m. and they checked me after they inserted the epidural and everything, and I was at 8 centimeters.
All right, have a happy delivery.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pressure, right? Like, right on your garage.
That's where he's coming out. Yeah,
That's where he comes out. You're laughing. You're making jokes. I love it. See, you're getting through it. It's okay. Epidurals.
You know, there's women that used to have these with nothing in the middle of the woods.
You happy you're not one of those? Oh my god, my hands. From squeezies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to see mine? Look at that. I'm sorry. I was like, I'm going to need stitches. That was hard. Sorry, say hello. What did I just do? Got the epidural. Thank God for that. I'm an 8. Is that like a normal heartbeat form?
120s and 160s.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to let Elizabeth have a big speaker. Here, I'm here with Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hey, hi.
You sound good, Nana.
Life's so fine. How do you do? I don't even know it.
It's going to be another great grandson for you.
I'll take all the can.
Do you have any problems breathing?
I don't think so. I'm just really shaky, so I feel real like
Sorry, I got this stuck on here.
like it feels like it's numb right here. Yeah, it's supposed to be right there.
What's it feel like?
My ribs are kind of like tingly and numb.
Tingly? Okay. What about up here? Any problems when you take a breath or breathe or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Should we move you back to your back?
Oh, we'll stay. Let me just see what your blood pressure is. And then we'll...
Is this my
Because
leg?
your chest should be.
This feels so weird.
Yeah, you might have. She might need to down your drone a little bit because it shouldn't be numb in the chest.
That's what she's told me.
Yeah, so she called, but she's in with another patient.
I don't want her to take it away.
She's not going to take it away. She's just going to decrease the amount of medicine. But she's in with the patient right now, so you have to wait till she comes out. But if your arms or it starts going above your chest, let me know. Because then we need to get her quick.
So I'm Jeannie, okay, I'm one of the nurses here. I'm sending Sue on a break. She let Dr. Baez know about the tingling that you're feeling, that all your blood pressure and all your other vital signs are okay. So she's going to come in and she's going to check you, just to check on you, just to see how things are going, okay? But any issues with the first delivery?
They used,
Other than needing a back contraction.
he was OP and they used suction on the first one.
Yeah. So you're feeling pressure like in your booty or your pain in your abdomen?
The front, my vagina.
Oh, your front butt, okay.
My front butt.
You know, can't say that?
Yeah.
My back butt, my front butt. Sorry, bad
My
humor.
front butt.
Huh? Bad humor, bad humor. Bad
That's your front butt.
humor. Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys can see, I was having some weird sensations. They were like tingling and numbness. Some tingling and numbness around my ribs. It started to freak me out a little bit, so the anesthesiologist had to come in and check on me.
A quick check to see where the numbness is. We want the numbness somewhere between your belly button and your chest.
Okay, so my ribs is fine.
Yeah, for C-sections actually we want it higher. For labor we don't really need that high, but it won't hurt you either. And it looks like you're getting there. So I'm hesitant to cut down the.
She says that she has a little bit of anxiety and
Let me check her.
a little bit of.
I think it's the anxiety that's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
It's mostly
I mean, I can cut down the rate of the epidural, but then you have pain.
Yeah, no, don't put it
it's
down.
okay.
Don't
I
put it
just,
down.
you just told me it's not really up at my chest and it's below
down
my breast.
here.
It's
Oh,
my
okay.
arms. Okay.
It's a little bit, you know.
My arms are
upper lip.
good.
She's breathing fine.
Your blood pressure's fine, that's what we would see it. Baby's fine.
I'd say not turn it down.
Yeah, I don't want to turn it down because I have to
She'll be more
stitched up.
anxious then.
Yeah, let me just check.
It's mostly up here.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Like, it's just.
It's
below
because you're
the
short,
breast.
honey.
Like, right.
Just pull up here.
Am I having another contraction?
You sure are.
That's what we do here. We have contractions. And we're going to be able to watch Girls Trip. Well, we have our contractions. Right, love? So we're going to sit and we're going to watch our movie.
So you can see.
Oh, this?
Make sure you're getting this.
I think I got us. I look so good. I've never looked better.
Okay, am I having a contraction?
Yes, honey. She's been asking this constantly.
Well, there's so much pressure. Like,
You are, yes.
I'm
Yes.
like for sure gonna deliver this baby before like I'll at least start pushing before like
In the
noon.
afternoon, I'm sure. So we are about 8. We were at 8 centimeters last time we checked. We are with the full epidural. Epidural. What else? Good. Baby's coming quick.
Could you please and just come to room 5 for me if she's available, please?
Can you feel this?
You squeeze my hands?
Yeah, she can feel me touching.
Everything else looks like.
Yeah.
That's great.
I already attacked Amy's hands, but I'm on the good stuff now.
Oh, yeah. That's going to leave a mark.
Because she was in pain and so she bit you, huh?
Yeah. No, she didn't bite me. Her dug her nails.
I'm gonna need her to turn it back up.
She will, honey, but she's doing an epidural right now, so.
No, I know. I feel like she's annoyed by me.
Well, honey, she's a doctor for anesthesiology, and you said you couldn't cough. That's very alarming when you have medication inside of you.
Are you gonna call
Because that's, I know you couldn't, baby, and that's okay. Up here on the top part, Mom, is the heart rate of the baby. On the bottom, those are her contractions.
Oh, down here?
Yeah,
Okay, so the heart rate, ooh, it was.
that's because it came off.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it reads off of her belly, so if she moves, it
So
comes
these
up.
are the contractions,
Yeah.
bad. This was a bad one.
That was a high one, yeah, intense. They're just different levels of intensity.
I know I forgot everything I didn't know about birthing.
Telling you.
You feel it running hard. I love you, mommy.
He's still sleepy.
He's so sleepy. You guys can call me later.
So how far are you?
Almost 10. They're just waiting. It's almost time. Love you. We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll have to call.
So we just checked and we are ready. We're fully dilated +2 and he's face down. So face down is important, which is different because Jameson was different. But we are going to be pushing. They're getting her ready for delivery. So wish us luck. It's like
8 hours
1:45
since
to
I started
1.
having contractions.
It's been 8 hours. What a difference. Hi, my beautiful wife.
And I went into labor naturally.
You did?
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I'm like shaky now. I'm like so excited.
Yes. This little guy, I'm ready. I'm so ready to meet him. And the grandmas are here. All right, we ready?
That's me, the thumbnail.
Thumbs up, all the thumbs.
Now I can really feel like.
Can you feel when you're having a contraction?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Okay. Not every time.
So don't we get to count like I did for you?
Nah, maybe.
Up to 10, or what was it, 20? No.
10.
So what I want you to do is like tell me if you're feeling pressure or contraction, say now, okay? And then with your hands, you are going to grab them under your thighs. So one under here, one under the other. And then I'm gonna say, okay, take a deep breath. You're gonna feel your lungs from way down here. Nice deep breath. Hold it, chin on chest, grab those legs and kind of pull them back towards you. And what we'll be doing is just kind of supporting your legs. And then you'll be like pulling back, okay? And I'll count to 10. I'll tell you to take a quick breath, do it again. So we're gonna try to do 3 pushes with each contraction.
Ooh, it's coming.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead, grab under your thighs, deep breath, chin on chest, and push down. Close your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, deep breath, hold it, right in your butt, not your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, good job.
Again.
Hold it long and strong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And close your eyes and rest. Just rest. Close your eyes. All right, so we officially started at 12:53.
Yes.
After 9 pushes, 3 contractions, they kept losing signal from the monitor that they had on my belly to monitor Jasper's heart rate. So they had to call the midwife in, and she wanted to put in a scalp electrode. And basically it's like that little tiny needle that they put at the top of the baby's head to monitor the heart rate better. When I had Jameson, his heart rate was going up and down and up and down, and so they had me like pushing on my side and going back and forth. I never had to use the scalp electrode. I did have a friend who had to use it, and it left a really big scar on the top of her child's head, and so I was a little bit apprehensive and it kind of freaked me out. But in that moment I really didn't have any choice, so she came in to put the scalp electrode into the top of Jasper's head to better monitor his heart rate.
I don't know if you might want to put a scalp electrode on down in 5, having a lot of loss of signal with pushing. Okay, thanks.
It's okay, baby. It's all right. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Give a little bit of an extra boost in there. She's we haven't pushed a whole lot, Norma, just because those contractions kind of took a bit of a break. Okay. The pushes she's doing
They're in the head,
huh? Yeah.
This is to
monitor the baby's heart rate because we're losing signal with your pushing. So we want to make sure that he is okay.
Oh.
So it's just going to sound a little bit different. It's a little bit more of an electronic sound. It's just going to monitor the heart rate, sweetie.
You did it for the inside, so
Yeah, from the inside. So that's what it sounds like.
And then I can take this one up here so it's.
That way when you push, we don't lose signal on baby and we make sure that he continues to do well, okay?
Let me know if you feel that pressure.
Yeah, because you're feeling pressure, right?
You feeling it now?
Kid's like, Amy's like, yeah, I feel it now.
I feel the pressure.
After they put in the scalp electrode, my contractions slowed down a lot. So I wasn't having them back to back and as consistently as I was. We had to wait around for a little bit. The camera battery died, of course, right when we got to those final pushes. And I kid you not, they put the scalp electrode in maybe 10 minutes later, less than that probably. Jasper was born. I mean, I hardly pushed, it felt like. It was so fast. And then we got to meet him. He's got pipes. You should have heard a little bit when she was He's so comfortable in there, and then you want to come out.
All right, let's hold it up.
Oh my god, he does look like Jasper. You want me to say that again? Mm-hmm. It's crazy how you just know when you're in labor. After all the times we have the contractions and the back labor and everything, this time just felt so different. And I woke you up I let it go for almost an hour before I woke you up though, because I wanted to make sure. Wow. He's nursing. He's nursing. Now you got your skin to skin. Oh my god, I know. I'm so happy. You're next. I'm good. I'll get it. He's so tiny. They said that they think he's like 7.5. Yeah. I told you, I felt like he's gonna be smaller. If he would have lasted though till Monday, he might have been bigger. More days. Yeah, that's true.